or other options like a server-based file. And all of these are native connectors, so meaning you do not need any technical knowledge to connect to these. All you need is just log on credentials. If you get it from your IT folks, and if they set it up correctly, you just click on Cloud or Dropbox or Google Ads. So as long as you have the proper credentials, you just click on it, and it just asks for your credentials, and then you just sign in, and you should be connected to any data source. Tableau keeps adding, as with every release, I keep adding to this list of multiple sources that you can connect to. So in case some of your data sources are not available, it's just a matter of time before they probably get it updated. In case it's not available, you still have an option to customize your connection. We could use your ODBC or JDBC connection. And with a little help from your IT team, they can pretty much configure with your ODBC connection settings to connect to any source which is not natively listed here. Okay. So the start page then takes, once you import a data set, it will take you to this start page. So I've not imported a data set yet, but I just want to show you how it looks before you import a data. So those of you, the simplest way I could describe Tableau is, if you think about these, all of the action will happen here, at least most of the action will happen here, which is called a worksheet. This is very similar to your Excel worksheets, your Excel spreadsheets. And you have columns and rows. You can basically put variables, drag and drop. It's a completely drag and drop tool. You do not require a single piece of programming. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I love this, because I don't know if I've said this before, but I'm allergic to coding and programming. So if you guys are like me, you will love this. Okay, does not require a single piece of programming. So it's a drag and drop tool. You can just drag and drop items in the columns and rows, and your visuals or your tables or maps will start popping up in this space. And all of these are aggregate. So meaning these are all summary views. Your views will come pre-aggregated. Or in other words, if you know how to use Excel pivots. So think of the best way I would describe Tableau for a brand new user is Excel pivots on steroids. Okay, that's kind of how I describe this. Obviously, it's much more beyond Excel, but just to get your heads wrapped around what this tool can do, think of it that way. And some of the, so as I start populating data, you should see dimensions and measures getting populated. And you have marks cards here. So these are very useful tools where we will use these to customize our visuals. So I refer these to either marks cards or marks shelves. Both mean the same. These are basically options that let you customize or control different components of your visuals. You can enhance your data with different color options, the size of your graphics. You can do custom labeling. You can also do detail. I'll show it with a better example. Tooltips. You can also customize your tooltips. Again, tooltips, what they mean is if you hover your mouse above a certain object, some information pops up, right? So that's basically what a tooltip is. You customize your tooltips. Tooltips is one of the most effective and simple ways to communicate stories very efficiently. So I'll actually show you how to customize a tooltip as well. Right? And you have standard menu options. Anything to do with file, you can just click on open file. You can open up a new file. Data is something that you will also be using, at least for the first time. You need to import a data set from this tab. So these are worksheet, dashboard, story, are all different tabs pertaining to whichever part of Tableau you're on. Analysis, some things you can do with maps. We'll actually look at an example with maps. Formatting, all possible formatting options are available from this menu. Formatting is a pain in Tableau. Okay. To give you a rough percentage of how much time I spend with any consulting assignment, right? I mean, probably 40% of the time I spend in collecting the data and massaging the data and kind of exploring the data. The actual analysis will probably take just 20% of my time. The other 40% is in this stupid formatting. Okay, forget my language. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, it just drives me crazy, right? Simple things that you think will be easy, it's just so hard to get here. I mean, alignment and it is necessary, right? Because I mean, even if you've done your analysis, if the formatting is not clean, the output is not going to look as great as your insight. So it's all about dressing it up, not in a bad way, right? I mean, your analysis, your dressing up should back up your analysis. Assuming you've done your analysis right, you still have to present it in some decent format. It's a pain. I get better with practice. But these are all the different options that you deal with in terms of formatting and so on. Dashboards is slightly easier, but individual charts, formatting, it's kind of hard. So you got to be thinking about formatting even as you start doing your analysis. So that's kind of the thing that I don't like about this tool that much. I mean, you'll be surprised at some of the things that it can do. Other tools cannot do. This will do it fantastically, like some complex stuff. Simple things like formatting, it's a pain. So enough rambling. I'll go on. I don't want to discourage you guys, but just my experience, right?
Hey, Professor.
Yes.
Professor, I have a quick question.
Sure, Rishi.
Fundamentally, I think one of the hard things about using Excel is that when you have a lot of data and you're trying to create visual tools from the data, sometimes it takes like a very long time to like analyze it and create the end result that you're looking for. Does Tableau essentially help with that, or is it more helpful for like visualization as you discussed earlier in the session?
So it's primarily a visualization tool, right? But having said that, there are some pretty cool analytics it can do. So it can do connect this to R or Python and actually write some formulas to do some more sophisticated calculations. But primarily, it's a visual tool. I mean, there's simple things that you can do with Excel, like if you can create formulas, you can create calculated fields. So
from a standpoint, though, against Excel.
As with any software tool, a lot of redundancy is built into it. So